president.
Babu want to become president. Uskilo want to become president. Bobby Dose want to become president. President you see want to become president. Mr. Krede want to become president. Mr. Lalame want to become president. President you will see you. Mr. Roro want to become president. Chego. Now how the president business will be. We suffering for some more. Mr. Lala want to become president. President you see want to become president. Mr. Your president. It can't be one angry. Let me tell you something. When they want to become president with Lala, they will come and say, as the president of the Republic of Liberia, I thank you people for introducing me as a president. The power invested in me as a president of the Republic of Liberia. I want to make sure I will bring the rest rate down. Yeah. I'm going to pull all the fee of press down. I'm going to bring the gasoline rate down. Yeah. I don't want to become president. You know he's you. You want to tell me say president wait? Charge money eat up become president. Cross take up become president. And I say, Liberia will support you. When they be president today, they will stand and say, I'm Mason. I will bring down Colombia and bear you new Colombia. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to steal the government money. I'm going to make sure 7 get their back pay. I'm the president going to make sure that the AFA are going to be paid in 2 weeks. I'm going to make sure students going to get 12 buses. I'm going to make sure for the little children they say, I'm going to buy two plastic bags for them to poo inside. Yeah. Babu, you see, want to become president. Mr. President want to become president. Mr. Trump want to become president. Lala want to become president. Jerry Ripper want to become president. You know, he's so free, Liberia. Listen to the speech. As a president of the Republic of Liberia, I'm going to make sure I'm going to electrify the city in 1 day time. As a president of the Republic, I'm going to dry the whole of the sea and pay you people extra daily. And things go by. Republic of West Wind going to be an estate. Mr. President, become president. Mr. Lalame want to become president. Mr. Roro want to become president. Mr. Dr. Dog want to become president. Mr. Kenju May want to become president. Mr. Ripasa want to become president. Mosquito want to become president. The girl you see want to become president. Everyone want to become president. And you know when you want to become president. Yeah.
All right, welcome. See what we get to do here today at Talk TV Media Network. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Talk TV Media Network. Today is April 15, 2022. Welcome. Today is politics. Again, your man is at controls today, Sam Gadu. Yeah. Coming to you live from Green Country here in the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma. We bring you nothing today but politics, and the biggest questions is out there on the screen. So today we are going to start early by opening the lines. So you can call in all our viewers or our participants. You'll be allowed to call in and let us know the biggest question of the day. We're talking politics, and that has to do with the Liberian political parties that are gearing towards 2023 election next year. Which political party is well positioned to win elections next year? We want to know, and you got to be a part of it. You got to be a part of what's happening, your contributions. We have too many political parties, as you are aware. Normally, when Liberia is having elections, if I can recall, for the past 2, 3, or many years, we normally have over 20 political parties, which is sad to have a small country like Liberia, almost the state of Oklahoma, to be able to have that many political parties. That gives you a sense of disunity. Or also, one would say, it gives you a sense of the democratic will system in Liberia as well. But today, we want to find out from all of our viewers, our callers in, um, which political party is well positioned for election next year. As the son says, Sunday guys say, everybody want to become president in Liberia. Everybody want to be president. Everyone. But want to know the ALP, the ANC, the UP, the LP, the NPP, the PDP, the CDC, the current ruling political party. Can they even win elections next year? Are they well positioned? Do they have their arts together? Their house in order to the point where they can win election? Because this is the awareness that we have to create as a people, to educate, to create awareness for the population, the voting population of Liberia. Because the voting population of Liberia is so young. A lot of the youngsters are the one. But are they educated well enough to know between right from wrong? Or are they going to get caught up? Are they going to get caught up in a sway when it comes to elections in Liberia? You know, this is what we want to find out with political parties in the country. Can the UP Unity Party win? The Bwakai Party? Can the Cummings ANC, can they win? Can anybody beat this the incumbent, not the incumbent, the sitting, the current political party, the CDC, that the current president George Weah is heading? Can they win? We want to know which political party is well positioned, because all we see is we have collaborating political parties coming together um, for 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 lobbying, putting their arms and their ammunitions, political ammunitions, all together to be able to team up. That's the word I'm looking for. To be able to team up to unseat the current president, President George Manawia. But is it possible? We've seen, or we are experiencing and seeing the divide of the CPP. They came together. The idea was a very good idea when it all started, but the marriage, as we see, and as one of our viewers, one of our guys in the past said, the marriage could not hold. The CPP has fallen apart, and now we see them in court. A lot is happening. They are at loggerheads, fighting one another. Is this the position that they are taking to be able to win elections next year? A lot is happening in the country right now. Are they getting their eyes off the ball when it comes to elections? So I want to hear from you, all our listening audience today. It's an 1 hour show here at Talk TV Media Network. This is what we do, and we do it best because you are there for us. Share the link, share it to your various platforms, be a part of the show. We appreciate you. Talk TV Media Network, we are an independent network. We are not owned by any political party. We do not take sides. We are here to make sure that we speak nothing but the truth. We stand up for truth. That's what we do as an organization. And this is what Liberia and the media in Liberia needs right now. This is what Liberians need, to bring them information, free and fair, balanced. That's what we need to do. So today, the biggest question is on the ball. Can the CPP, not CPP because the CPP has fallen apart, but can the ANC even win? You know, Cumming is being taken to court, and next year, but next week, we see that once upon a time, Alliance Joseph Boakai will be testifying against Cummings. And that is something we need to know. Let me, as a matter of fact, just for information's sake, to our many viewers out there, I am going to go to the African front page, Africa, courtesy to our friends out there who are bringing us news balance as well. So we are going to read a little bit of information from them about what they are doing, what information they are bringing to us. So these are topics and headlines that are touching. We see that Justice Minister, legal luminaries weigh in on CPP complaint against UP and ALP. This is what's happening. I'm just going to read you the first paragraph. Monrovia, a complaint filed by the Alternative National Congress, ANC, and the Liberty Party in the name of the collaborating political parties, CPP, has put the All Liberian Party and especially the Unity Party on the edge, as the outcome could bar them from fielding candidate in the pending senatorial by-election in Lufa in the 2023 general and presidential elections. This is what's happening. The CPP has fallen apart, and now they are all out there in court fighting each other, suing each other. Two political parties are suing two political parties. Is this good for the political landscape of Liberia? This is what we want to know. And this is what we want to hear from you today. Can they do that? Can they do that? Why is it that they fell apart? Why can they not hold common interest? Power. Power. Everybody want to become president, just like Sonega said. Everybody want to become president, my people. Everybody want to become president. But at the end of that song, he said, that one that lie. Meaning, that is a lie. Everybody cannot be president. Not everyone is a presidential material in the first place. Because everybody want to become president, and our leaders, looking at the conglomeration and the configuration of the Liberian political system, Liberians, we elect poor people in government. Is that a good idea in the first place? Because a poor person cannot be in government and you expect them to lead with integrity and expect them to lead, with a little bit of character. This is what's happening. We have fun of electing leaders who are poor. And people who are poor cannot work and function in government and function effectively with integrity. That's it. The common example there is this. We see a lot of that happening when it comes to our representatives, positions that comes available, senatorial positions that comes available. Very difficult. These people are poor. Somebody who has never handled $1,000 or $5,000 before, you put them in a position where they are now able to see or handle 50,000, 100,000. You're going to drive them insane. They're going to go crazy. They will compromise their integrity because they are overwhelmed. There's no character. And the fact that the system is corrupt, the fact that the system itself is corrupt from the top to the bottom. And you find even anyone with a character put in a quagmire, that political system, that is difficult, almost impossible. One would say almost impossible to be able to run things the way the Western world run things. This is a problem. This is a systematic problem in Liberia. The system is broken down. But when can we rise from that? Our leaders travel overseas. They see how other government functions. They see the beauty how roads, electricity, just those basic services that are provided to their citizens. They enjoy those when they travel overseas. Good road connections, electricity. Because what happens, let me go step by step. Road connections. Road connections boost the economy of a state. This is what happens. When you have good road network, the flow of commerce, the flow of businesses from one point to the next, from one place to the next, it's so easy and it moves goods fast from an economic standpoint. This is what happens when you have good road network. And these guys travel overseas to other countries and they see that. And they are empowered to making sure they implement that. They go back home, they don't. When are we going to learn as a people, as a nation? When are we going to learn something? When can we get that? If it is not this generation, which generation will rise up to say, Liberia need to make it turn around like Ghana did? When can we do that? So that's one aspect. Good road connections will boost the economy of the state, of the nation. Commerce will flow, businesses, people up and down. You know, you don't have to leave and take a day or two going to Nimba or Saclay or Lofa, a day or two, when it only has to be 4 or 5 hours. You are at your destination. That is what I'm talking about. Because those of us who live here in the Americas, we see it happening every day. I can leave from here tomorrow morning and find myself in New York just by road. It's a 12-hour, 13, 18-hour drive, whatever it is, but I'm going everywhere I turn. Can we do that? For God's sake, what is happening to our leaders? Is the love of country is not there anymore? Love of country. It's not there. Let's do something about that. Our children and the generations to come need us. Electricity, for instance, is another issue. Those are basic human services that any government should provide its citizens. Electricity. It boosts commerce too. Look at the 21st century world we live in. Children are learning online, education, everything is online. But lack of electricity, are we in the days of using the candles and the lanterns like some of us grew up? No, we have triumphed over that. We have gone past that. This where the days when you have to wake up and you have nothing to study. If you cannot study or do your schoolwork or homework during the day, you have to find a lantern with kerosene in it or a candle to sit and study at night, burning the midnight candle. But the world has changed henceforth. And our leaders are staying in that place. Our children, our future leaders of tomorrow, for Mama Liberia, are still in a place where they don't have adequate or enough electricity or power supply to keep them learning, internet flow, all of those things. But I'm here tonight. If Liberia is going to, or Liberians are going to elect a leader next year, come 2023, who should that be? The lines are open. You can call us on WhatsApp or USA number of 539-525-1552. The number is right there on the screen. Or if you are listening to us, watching us from Liberia, you can call us at 231 +231 777 662949. Join the discussion. Be a part of what's happening. Everybody want to become president. That is what's happening. That is what's happening. Until then, we're going to take a break and play your music. Some music. And get right back up. All right?
I'm glad with the great opportunity given me to introduce to you your president. Babu want to become president. I will not you. We still want to become president. I will not you. Bobby Dossett want to become president. I will not you. President you see want to become president. I will not you. Mr. Kennedy want to become president. I will not you. Mr. Lalame want to become president. I will not you. President you will see you. I will not you. Mr. Roro want to become president. I will not you. Chego. Now how the president business will be. We suffering for some more. Mr. Lala want to become president. President you see want to become president. Mr. Your president. It can't be one angry. Let me tell you something. When they want to become president with Lala, they will come and say, as the president of the Republic of Liberia, I thank you people for introducing me as a president. Power invests in me as a president of the Republic of Liberia. I want to make sure I will bring the rest down. Yeah. I'm going to pull all the fee of press down. I'm going to bring the gasoline press down. Yeah. I don't want to become president. You know easy if you want to tell me say president wait. Get money eat up become president. Cross the cup become president. And I say Liberia will score you. When they be president today, they will stand and say, I'm Mason. I will bring down Monrovia and bear you new Monrovia. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to see the government money. I'm going to make sure 7 get their back pay. I'm the president want to make sure that the AFA are going to be paid in 2 weeks. I'm going to make sure students going to get 12 buses. I'm going to make sure for the little children they say, I'm going to buy two plastic bags for them to poo-poo inside. Yeah. Babu, you see, want to become president. Mr. President want to become president. Mr. Trump want to become president. Lala want to become president. Nigerian rapper want to become president. You know he's so free, Liberia. Listen to the speech. As the president of the Republic of Liberia, I'm going to make sure I'm going to electrify the city in 1 day time. As the president of the Republic, I'm going to drive the whole of the sea and pay you people estimate daily. And things go bad. Republic of West Wind going to be an estate. Mr. President, become president. Mr. Lalame want to become president. Mr. Ruru want to become president. Mr. Rocky Dog want to become president. Mr. Kenju May want to become president. Mr. Ripasa want to become president.
Yeah, I'm on set ready. Blessings, some blessings, you call me blessings. These my blessings can all be touching. I know my level, my man, don't stress me. The Papa bless me, I'm here to party. I want war, yellow zombie. I want body, I pro, yellow zombie. Batting up, bring a yellow zombie. I got a party, people dancing, yellow zombie. Sanko, me, I want to wear a Paco.
All right, welcome to the show again. My name is Sam Gadu. I'm the host tonight here at Talk TV Media Network. We're bringing you a live broadcast here from the city of Tulsa, green country, Oklahoma. Beautiful weather. We do have some storms coming this evening as well for our listening audience. Those who are here locally, you might be prepared because we do have some storms or hail coming down tonight. So you might be prepared for that. Protect your vehicles, anything that could crash outside. But we are here specifically asking the biggest question tonight to the Liberian people, because they are the one at the end of the day that will go to the poll to elect their own leader. But who is well positioned? Which political party is well positioned to win election to unseat the CDC-led government? Which political party? This is what we want to find out tonight from you, our viewers. Can George Weah win second term next year? Most people don't want him to win. A lot of other people want him to win. Is he doing well enough by taking care of the country that the Liberian people will give him a second chance? If not, who is well positioned? We had a CPP that came up together, the collaborating political parties that formed themselves together to be able to defeat George Weah. But that is not working, and it hasn't worked. But for our viewing audience out there, this discussion tonight, I will be bringing a colleague of mine who is there on the ground in Liberia tonight, who will be joining me in the discussion very, very soon, because I can see him in the back room already. So I'm bringing him on board because he's one of those who will give us what it looks like on the ground in Liberia. My man, I bring him very soon while we play this pro-poor government song right here.
Yeah.
I love when it sounds.
Having no to their house. Let us live that life the way we want to. Why I always like to be the frazzle? You're not got to life we living. Yeah. I'm living my pro life. Yeah, pro. Living my pro life. I'm living my pro life. Let me live my pro life. Sexy mama, tell me no fever, oh, the way you find your body, that ginger, oh, yeah.
Hey, my brother from another mother, all the way down there, LIB. Welcome, man. Welcome, people. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Sam, and thanks to our viewers across the world. It's good to join you this evening from New Georgia Estate here in Moserado County, Liberia. Uh, it's a privilege being uh, given to me to be on this platform tonight. So I'd like to say hello to all and good evening to our Liberians, wherever you are, which part of the world you are. I'd like to say, how are you doing? And
Good.
I've come in peace.
I love you. I love that. You've come in peace and we'll let you go in peace. Instead of peace.
Amen.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have you on the show. But today, we're discussing a serious topic because, as you can see it on the platform right there, um, which Liberian political party is well positioned to win elections next year? There is a lot of ripples. There's a lot going on. And because we're already into the show, 30 minutes into the show, I'm not going to hesitate. I'm going to shoot you because you're on the ground. You know what's happening on the ground. What's your take?
Well, it's a wonderful thing to talk about Liberian politics, especially political parties. Liberia is a country that has democracy, allow people to have their own world and choose who they want to vote for, and also they have the right, according to the constitution.
Hello? You're going to mute. You are not being heard. Bidesco. I don't know if something happened that you need to adjust from your end. I don't know if you're getting me, but you are not being heard right now. So you may want to look at something from your end. Are you there? Our guy is having a difficulty. He's frozen. He's frozen. Yeah. One of those things. This is what happened. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You may want to log out, get out, and get back in if you're hearing me, Bidesco. Good. So what's happening is we shouldn't be experiencing this in Liberia. Liberians should not be experiencing internet connectivity. When internet nowadays is the highway to the world. Everywhere you go in the Western world, in Europe, internet is everywhere. In business places, free Wi-Fi everywhere. In Liberia, Liberians and some parts of Africa are still struggling, suffering. They don't even have access to internet. Like what's happening on every show you get on, there's internet problems. This is what I'm talking about here. Yeah. So what can we do? What can the government do for its people? Is there something? What type of legacy do we want to leave behind as a nation, as a leader, as a people? That someone will look back and say, wow, this guy, this president was given a chance and he did so much and he did this. Even if you cannot do everything because you are human as a leader, as a president, focus on your agenda, focus on the things that matters most to the people, that there will be a legacy left behind. But we see what's happening in government. When a new government comes in, they will squash everything off the tables that the previous government had. What is that? I thought the essence and the wisdom is to build on what has already been there. You can bring everything if it's not everything that will be right, but a lot is on the table for the Liberian people from the previous administration that could, be tapped into to build upon. But presidents come in and take over and just destroy all the other plans that other previous leaders have. To show what? To prove what? What is there to prove? There's nothing to prove. We are here to build a country. That's like me coming into your house and then whatever you put in place into your house, that created a very good structure instead of me as a person looking at, is this well positioned? Is this good? Is this ministry well? Can we do better to improve from henceforth from this one? No, they just come and remove everything because they want credit, because they want position, because they want a good name. That's just absurd. That's not how you get good name, and that's not even wisdom. That's no wisdom. And this is what we want. This is why we are here to educate, to create the awareness as an independent network, to help our people, to help our leaders. People of Liberia, do not elect poor leaders in government. Hold your leaders accountable. Accountability in government is key. Corruption is everywhere. When can we eradicate that or minimize it? Because the only thing that brings about corruption is lack of integrity. When there is lack of integrity, corruption thrives. Corruption prevails. Corruption destroys a nation, just like a short 2-minute video I watched this week. Corruption does harmful things to a nation and people. Corruption impedes progress. Corruption destroys a nation. We know this. We see this in other governments around the world. We travel at their nice airports. We travel to these guys' nicest, beautiful airports, and we see how these airports are paved. We sleep in nice hotels, around the world as leaders, but they go back home and they sleep with no electricity on, with a power generator in a backyard. Is that how we should live as a country? Welcome back, my friend. Welcome, my brother. Welcome back. I know.
Thank you, Sam.
I'm talking
We
about
we
full connection.
yeah, we had
Internet connectivity issues in the country. This is what the world Liberia lives in nowadays. Are you hearing me? Check your mute button. You probably
exactly so, Sam.
Are you there?
I'm there, and I'm getting you clearly.
Still not hearing you.
I'm hearing you. I don't know. But
So,
my environment is good now. You got me?
one of our guys, correspondents there in Liberia, is trying to log on to get on, but he's having
You got me
problems
now?
with his audio. He was on first.
Are we on
Now
now?
we're trying to get it back. Are you hearing me though, right? Yeah, but you see, I'm not hearing you at all. So
So are you hearing me
that's a
now?
problem. And in order for the people to hear you, I have to hear you. Once I hear
Yeah.
you,
So
the audience will be able to hear you. So do
you
something
hearing me
with the
now?
audience and get back in. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Let me see. So this is what's happening, my people. Proper government. Is George Weah well positioned to win next year's election? Is he? Who's going to win next year? Or is there going to be a runoff? Can Joseph Numa Boakai, unseat George Manawia? Is that possible? Can Alexander Cummings unseat George Manawia? We want to know. The Liberian people wants to know. Are you there?
I'm here. Are you there too? You okay?
Am I? This is a
Okay.
problem that keeps happening every time with broadcasting. When you're in this business, this is what you expect. Technical difficulties from yeah, this is what you expect. This is what happens. Yeah. So I cannot hear you, my friend.
I'm hearing you, but we have
I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you now.
okay.
Look,
Thank you.
you are very much
Thank
audible.
you.
Good, good.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So yeah, you can
And
expound.
yeah,
Go ahead.
like I told you, I came in peace. So, Liberia is a country of democracy that has uh, over 24 last election. We had like 27 political parties, and we had several candidates into the election. and having huge number of candidates who contested for the first round, and we saw exactly what happened. We saw uh, a little bit tension mounting from all angles and from all political parties. We had three major political parties that had the issue. We had the CDC of Ambassador George Weah, who happens to be now president, and then we had the Unity Party of Ambassador Joseph Numa Boakai, who
Yeah.
was the former vice president. We also had the Liberty Party of former the late Charles Walker Bromskin,
Mm-hmm.
and the next contender was the Liberian People's Party, that's the All Liberian Party of Ben Nairi. So this
Right.
election, come election, we don't know exactly who could be that possible candidate. But from my own perspective, I'm looking at a little bit something that need to be done before we get to know which party is ready for this election. As we speak, political parties are still registering and candidates are still coming in. We don't know
Right.
exactly who will be a candidate and who will not be a candidate. But there are political parties who will merge, who will do a measure, who will join other political parties to bring forth a candidate. So looking at it in that dimension, I will tell you that we look at uh, the first two political parties. We look at the CDC. The
Yeah.
CDC is a collaborative party as well as the Unity Party, which happens to be also a collaborating party with the collaboration of political parties, which
Mm-hmm.
Cummings, Ure, and others form part of. So if you look at that, and we're saying who will be the next president and which party you think will come forward and make sure that their candidate survive this election is a little bit challenging from my end to just tell you that clearly, because I tell you that politicians in Liberia are not ready. They
Wow.
are not ready in my own view. They are not ready because let's look at the CDC. The
Yeah.
CDC has some members of the party, that is the collaboration, who are falling apart because of certain reasons that they have. One.
Mm-hmm.
Two, the CDC entered the marriage not for a second term with them. They entered a marriage for the election that went. They didn't enter a perpetual collaboration for the next election. So the first thing you should look at is look at what are they doing to maintain these political parties who joined them during the past election in 2017. If they are
Right.
doing something, then if they
Yeah.
are doing something, then we
Go ahead.
marriage
Hello.
was for a term. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. You kind of went blank. Just go ahead. Land your statement.
Yeah, yeah. So the marriage is kind of outstanding because it was for a period of time. Remember, the second run in Ellen Johnson Sirleaf election, a second term bid in 2011, 2012, there were political parties that entered MOU with her, with the Unity Party, in
Right.
uh, during the second term, they broke away, and other political parties, including that of the MRD of Senator Prince Johnson, also came on board. The MPP came on board. They supported her for a second term bid, and that's how she won the election. So I'm not. I'm saying that the CDT has to visit its own collaborating parties and talk to them and know how best and where they standing. Then that's one. Number
So,
two,
so,
you go to
so hold up. Before you even go to number two, let's discuss that number, that whole segment you talk about the CDC collaborating, to winning the elections from the previous one, where we have even the current vice president, Madam Joy Howard Taylor, uh, who recently made a statement, and she said that, I'm not a sedition, and she was right, and it became a big, issue with the sedition, and that's a fact. She's not a sedition. They came together, but if they are falling apart right now, the current led government of George Weah, the CDC party as well, they don't have a formidable alliance as compared to what's happening with the CPP. They're falling apart too. Does that lead us to say the Liberian people are not, I mean, these leaders are not yet serious? Are they serious to unseat a sitting president?
That's why I told you from my opening statement, I said Liberian politicians, especially the leaders, are not serious. They are not certain as to what they want and what they can do and how they can do it. So in the case of the CDC, CDC has to revisit its marriage and renew its marriage with the collaborating political parties. Because if a vice president, a certain vice president of a country can tell you that she's not a member of the CDC, she was not speaking of the CDC, which is Congress for Democratic Change, but she was speaking of the Congress for Coalition for Democratic Change, the political parties that came together. That means that she know that this marriage will end soon, so she don't want to glue herself to a husband that she's not married to permanently.
Right.
Yeah. So in that case, that is what she meant, and it became an issue in Liberia and the world at large. But if you look at it carefully, there will be some political parties who are part of the CDC that will be backing up in the next few months. I'm telling you this today. From now to July, you hear some political parties will break away and join other collaborative political parties or be independent, and they'll produce their own candidates. That happened in 2011, 2012 election that brought Mother Salif to the presidency. So it means that everything, all that glitter is not gold. What is happening now can happen tomorrow. And as you see with the CPP now, is happening. They enter a marriage for the first time, and we have not even gone to the election. They have Davos. The Davos is in Trapata Davos. It's not just 2 ways, but 4, 5 different ways, 3 different ways. The ALP will wake up today and say they're leaving. The Unity Party say they will leave. The Liberty Party said they will leave. So who is now the CPP? So do we still have the CPP in Liberia or not? That's the biggest question that remains now. That means that we don't have serious politician and we don't have serious opposition in Liberia. Because if the opposition black can bring up dispute among themselves and decide to break away and enter as far as the court, and just yesterday there was another hearing, then it baffles me to say that yes, indeed, we politicians in Liberia, political leaders who are leading political parties are not ready. And I will tell you clearly that till then, we don't have a candidate for 2023 election.
Wow. You just said a mouthful, my brother. You just said a whole mouthful right there as a journalist, as a contributor to the show. This is Talk TV Media Network. To our listening audience out there, our controls here in the US is Sam Gadu, and our co-host, our guest as well, is out there in Liberia, Bidesco. He's giving us the analysis of what's happening, what we think might happen next year. His opinion, about the collaborating political parties, about the election. We are here to create the awareness, to educate the masses, because the voting populace of Liberia, majority are young people nowadays. There are a lot of factors that may come at play when it comes to elections. There are a lot of factors that comes to play when it comes to elections in Liberia. Sometimes ballots are hacked, or everybody is out there doing all kinds of stuff. But before then, there are issues that we are attacking right now. Right now, the CPP is at loggerheads. The CPP is at war. They are all fighting each other. As we speak, they are in a court of law. And there is also, in fact, a headlines from our guys, our partners out here from Pitch Africa that said next week and I'm gonna read is just one paragraph for your listening and your contribution as well, Bidesco. Liberia, Boakai to testify against Cummings next Tuesday in ongoing trial. Right? These are people, two people that came together, that were together, working together to unseat the current president. Defense lawyers of the Alternative National Congress, ANC, have rested with cross-examination of state witness Theodore Momo, noting that his responses indicated no alterations of the collaborating political parties framework document as reviewed and submitted by the CPP team of lawyers. This in itself, can you ever imagine that, the former vice president Joseph Numa Boakai of the UP would be testifying against the ANC leader? Can you ever?
Well, Sam,
did you see this coming? Did you ever see this coming?
Yeah, I saw it coming. The firstly, Theodore Momolo is the chairman for All Liberian Party, that is the ALP of Ben Nigeria. I saw this. He is a former senator of Gbapolo County as well. I saw this coming when he appeared before the court to testify against the CPP, that is against Cummings, a few weeks ago. I saw it that yes, indeed, sent. Ambassador Joseph Boakai will also testify because he has to testify whether for or against. But I know that there is battle line drawn between the Unity Party now and the Liberty Party as well as the ALP. So then he have to take a stand. And you remember that very well, that the marriage they want to form is the ALP and the Unity Party are backing up from the process. Right. So then who will stand now? The person that will stand is the Unity Party, the Liberty Party. So that means that he will have to testify against the ANC because these are four political parties. He will have to testify against Cummings. Then if he testify against Cummings, like Chodo Momolu testify against the same Cummings, then Liberty Party will have a stand now because they are depending on Ambassador Boakai to testify. And his when he take the witness stand, what he will say there will draw the judges to a particular point of concluding this particular case. So he is one of the witnesses there wait to testify. And by the time he testify, then the conclusion point will be drawn. The jurors will draw their conclusion from his testimony. So I saw this coming a few weeks ago. I knew that it will reach a point that they will testify against each other. So that means testifying against your own flesh and testifying against your own body. You dress the baker and you disgrace the baker outside.
Right. So that's exactly my point. Don't you see that as a risk factor, especially for Ambassador former President Boakai, taking the witness stand to testify against Cummings, the ANC? Because when you look at it, they all were one together. They all had a common goal, but it fell apart. Now it's creating, bad blood, going forward as a party. And even if they separate, or as they have already separated, even if this saga is over, can the people, other political parties even trust each other, coming together, grouping together to form a formidable force to attack George Weah in next year's election? Because knowing how the CPP was formed and the kind of energy and the force it had, where they drew the attention of the Liberian people, and a lot of Liberian people wanted this. They were in favor of the CPP collaborating to unseat the CDC. But this, it kind of disappointed the Liberian people, a lot of Liberian people. And so now it seems like political parties might be going solo, individually, but that makes it difficult, almost impossible to unseat a sitting president, because the analysis is, character is very good. Character brings dignity and integrity to a nation, which majority and even people will agree that Joseph Boakai possess. But he doesn't have money to run, and you need money to run a campaign. You need big time money, even here in the US, here in America. political parties, the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, money is war when it comes to elections. The same thing comes to play when it comes to Liberia. You can have your good character, your all the dignity and all the qualification, but if you lack, money, I mean, a lot, you could lose a lot. So these are some of the things that needs to be addressed. And lately, I heard about DAL, Democratic Alliance of, DA, but I just heard today that too die, or we lost our guy out there, internet connectivity issues. That die, as the guys were saying a little bit today, on a spoon, the Democratic Alliance. I don't know how they could come up with that and form something like that, but I guess die, passed away or die. So this is what we're talking about, Liberian people, Liberian political system, the Liberian political system. Who do you think? What's the way forward for Liberia come 2023? We have the number on the screen. We have 5 minutes to go. Get up the show. If you can call in, share the link, or contribute, you can call in. Be a part of what's happening. Be a good a Samaritan. Be a good neighbor. Educate yourself as to who do I vote for come 2023. Does your vote count? Yes, it does count. It counts. Don't say, oh, they're going to rake the votes. Oh, it doesn't matter going to the poll. It does matter. Because what happens with elections is if you don't decide, if you don't vote, others will decide for you. And this is why we want to educate the Liberian population why voting is so important, why voting is so significant when it comes to election. Go educate yourself with the candidates, their platforms. What do they believe in? Their plans, their vision for the country. Vision is very key. Any political party or any leader that does not have a good vision for the country, don't vote for them. And even if they have a good vision, what you do is line up that vision with what they have done in the past and what they are doing now. That will give you clues as to what they will do in the future when they are given the opportunity to lead. And this is what we do on this platform, to give you the nuggets of wisdom. Because people come with all kinds of good visions, or they put them on books and platform, placards and stuff, billboards and like this, that, that's not all to it. Get to the nitty-gritty. What is the common sense vision for the country, for the children of Liberia, for the future leaders of Liberia? The educational part, the business sector. How do they intend to grow the economy? The road conditions, commerce, all of that. It matters. What is their plan? Because life without a plan is like a driver sitting in a vehicle who doesn't know where they're going. And these guys giving that mantle, that seat of the nation, is powerful. It's strong. It's no joke. That's power you are handing over to one man through your vote. That's why we don't take it for granted. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we're going to take it home tonight on the show at Talk TV Media Network. We appreciate you very, very highly for being a part of the show. We do this every Friday here at Talk TV Media Network. We talk politics, nothing but politics. So everybody want to become president. That's the song I'm looking for right now. Everybody want to become president. My people. Yeah. So we want to get that. Babu said, Monkey said want to become president. That's how we're going to close the show tonight. Everybody want to become president. Everybody want to become president.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Sonaga Diabo,
So again, your host has been Sam Gadu. My contributor out there, Big Best Code, Nyumatume. I'll connect with you so we can find ways how you can have at least a better and stable internet connectivity next time when you come in on the air. Yeah, everybody wants to be president, and that's not true. Not everybody can be president. Lala man, and it comes. Somebody give you beggar rights. You want to put them in power. They're going to give you beggar rights for 6 years. Are you kidding me? 6 years they're going to be feeding you, giving you beggar rights? Is that what we're talking about? That's the power of your vote. 6 years they're going to be giving you consistent electricity. 6 years they will be giving you consistent running water, good running water. This is what I'm talking about. So the power of your vote counts. It's very important. On this note, I'll take a leave of you. Until then, I'll catch you this coming Sunday for Talk TV Media Sunday Show. Right here at this same station, same place. Don't go anywhere. We'll bring you. It's a holy week for all of you Christians, all of us Christians. Before I close, Happy Easter to you. This is the week that Jesus, the prophet, the Son of God, died for our sins. In 3 days, he rose from the grave. That's what I'm talking about. Power in a grave. Power. Nothing could hold him captive. So what I'm gonna save that for Sunday. The Sunday will bring you a very good show. Until then, it's never a goodbye, but good night.
I will bring down Colombia and